A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and family. Now this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years, but the crazy part is he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties, a few years ago. In fact, Baronis called his work a dire prophecy. Now, this has nothing to do with the stock market, but it could have a huge impact on almost every aspect of your life. And recently, he created a video which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica8.com. Although this video may be offensive to some audiences, it's worth checking out. Again, that's www.endofamerica8.com. Watch this free video at www.endofamerica8.com. You are listening to the Intel Hub News Network, crushing the New World Order piece by piece.
We're back, folks. The number to call is 877-598-8549. Boy, I mean, that first hour, action-packed, and second hour will be more of the same. But without further ado, folks, I would like to introduce John King and his King's Court. Go ahead, John.
We're coming up on a doorway. Do we open it and cross the threshold, or do we ignore it and turn the other way? February 14th, 2011 will most likely go down with a whimper, but unknown to most, a line in the sand will be crossed, and there will be no going back. The contagion in Egypt will now start to spiral out of control as factions continue to clash, and other nationalities will take more of a vital role in the uprising. The contagion will spread to other puppet dictators, countries just as well, and they will sleep with one eye open. You will very soon start to hear another one of my predictions come true as the phrase QE3 starts to filter out into the media, no doubt in the form of another stimulus. The debt ceiling needs to be raised, and the American sheeple will demand it, as a political chess war will be waged with the economy. It will be a virtual orgy of corruption in government as both sides of the aisle ally and split into two factions, the savers and spenders. These two opposite ideologies at war in an open spectacle, while the common man suffers at the hands of a government that has become too big for itself and argues over petty differences. Remember this, folks. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, and there he is. And when he got there, the cupboards were bare, and oh my grandma, what big teeth you have. This is a cryptic message for my future listeners in time, as we gaze into the precipice of forever, and we stand upon the chasm of eternity. Our light pure and our resolve solid. I walk upon the lake of fire unharmed by the flames licking my feet. If I should turn away by my faith, falter, then I, knowing my mission, be damned. By the way, folks, if there's a story you would like me to comment on and do a commentary either on King's Court or at the website at thefreedomlinkradio.com. Send me a link to the article in an email and put in the subject line, "Attention, John King," and I'll do that for you. After all, this radio program is like no other around. On-demand commentary by John King. Joe, back to you.
Thank you, John. Fabulous King's Court again, as usual. Let's go back to the phones. I have Texas from Houston. You're live on the air.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Hey, I wanted to talk to you guys about the power plant thing and the natural gas issue that we had this week.
Sure.
A lot of people forget what happened with California a couple of years ago and how they really lacked power and they had the rolling blackouts.
Right.
They needed power plants. Well, in the state of Texas, we are on our own grid. We aren't plugged into the other states. We have the capability of doing that, but we're not. When we have 5 plants across the state during ice storms across most of the state, you're going to have to do rolling blackouts. So what happened was totally normal. But what is a separate issue are the gas pipelines. When you have the natural gas pipelines and those compressors go down and there's not enough pressure, and some of the compression stations are about the size of a football and they are operated by the pressure, you're going to lose a lot of it and the other states are going to suffer. If you notice, we thawed out and the issues are gone. I'm against the propaganda that's true and real and against us, and we're using it in the wrong way. What happened was normal is what I'm trying to say. Nothing was wrong with what happened in the power of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones is out there going, oh, the Obama administration's doing this and doing that. What the Obama administration's doing is not for coal plants, because we don't have coal plants down here. What the Obama administration's doing is for our refineries. That's where the nation needs to be worried. So you got 3 separate issues that are getting thrown in together, that we had everything normal with the power plants. They did what was right and normal. Like the gentleman before were saying that people were just not used to, sucking it up. State didn't suck it up, and they just needed to deal with it because we all needed to pull together and have those rolling blackouts. Nobody was without power more than an hour, maybe 30 minutes at most. The natural gas, they asked people to conserve because it was a true issue. Those compressors were down, and they operated on the pressure. That was normal, and they did what they needed to do. And the EPA thing, that's on our refineries, and that's where everybody needs to fight because they're closing refineries down. That's going to make the gas go up. They're fighting it. BP's about to sell the Texas City refinery. I can't remember. Murphy is going to sell one in New Orleans area. If those two are what we need to be watching, but this other stuff about the power, totally and completely, we're blowing it out of proportion, and it was all 100% normal. That's the industry I'm in.
Oh wow, very good. So you were actually in the power industry?
Yes, I'm a recruiter. I cut my teeth on the power industry.
Oh boy,
totally 100%. When you trip 5 plants to get them back online, not started, but get them back online, it's going to take anywhere from 10 to 18 hours. So you've got all that time. You've got to get everything back so that you don't trip other power plants down the line.
Oh right, absolutely.
So see, people are blowing this out of proportion when it was totally normal, natural. If you look back to California and what happened there where we were building power plants and they absolutely needed more, the same thing happened. It was normal. And they built the plants and they took care of business. Well, we just happened to have a freeze, which, by the way, this weather is totally normal in February for us down here in Houston. Totally normal. We do freeze and we do get back up to 70. Totally normal for us. I've been here 15 years, and it's happened every year. Not the snow. We have snow every 5 years. So those things are totally normal for us. We just are forgetting to look back in history. The stuff going in our country, agree with you guys 100%. Be prepared. Do what you got to do. Something really whacked out's going on. But on this one, I got a call, hey, they're taking advantage of you don't have the knowledge. And you didn't have time to get the knowledge and didn't know to get it. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, absolutely. I know what you're saying, and that's some good information. That's some good information to have, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for the call. I'm going to move along now because the lines are filling up, and we're going to go to Diane from Texas.
Hey there.
It's a Texas night tonight, isn't it?
I know. Way to go. And we're not even watching the Super Bowl. We're interested in you guys. You've had a great first hour. I appreciate it. I have to disagree with your last caller on one thing. I'm in East Texas, probably for maybe 3.5, 4 hours north of Houston.
Okay.
Usually we're not this cold. And just like Houston, we might see snowflakes at once every 5 years. We got snow a month ago. We received snow Friday, and more is planned for this Wednesday. So to get it 3 times in 30 days is highly unusual when you might see it once every 5 years. And Tuesday morning, it was 68 degrees at midnight, but then the day, the Arctic front came through most of the nation, but we did not get above freezing from Tuesday morning until yesterday afternoon. That was a long time for us. That is not normal at all, and pipes are busting. And so people are talking about the extreme weather conditions, not just in our nation, but all over the world, extreme, from the droughts to the flooding to the, everything. And I know Griff has spoke many times about the weaponry being used and on various multi-fronts, but it seems so obvious that the weather is being used against us. I don't know if they're testing or what they're doing precisely, but I'm not appreciating it as I have to burn all this wood to stay warm here, but weather-related, I wanted to see the latest, you guys, what your thoughts are, or if you've heard anything new on the new Madrid fault line, because that will affect so many people, and that is such a serious, scary thought. Have y'all heard anything recently, Griff?
No, I haven't, but I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the situation today in the Gulf? In the Gulf?
Yes. It's still a brewing situation. I think that it is going to affect the New Madrid fault line. It has, it will, it is. And people just believe what they were told a few months back and go on with their life. Now, of course, I'm not on the Gulf, but I'm still here. I can understand people putting that off, hoping, well, maybe I'll do something about it, or maybe we'll have enough warning if there's a serious issue. It's hard to leave and pack up and go 4 states north when you have no family, no friends, no job, nothing, and no one wants to go with you, So I understand why some people are staying put. Most of them, I try to stay aware of what's going on and be somewhat, well, I'm sure probably everyone listening is more prepared than the majority of the people who are completely clueless. The Gulf is a very serious concern. Have you heard anything lately of what's brewing or anything?
We believe the oil is still coming out. We believe the BP and the government has lied again to the people. They were not able to stop it in the first few months, and they haven't been able to stop it.
Right.
They're still spraying with Corexit, and life is pretty dead in the Gulf. I did read an article the other day. The military is buying seafood out of the Gulf and will feed it to the military. I think that is a terrible mistake.
What a terrible mistake.
Maybe they're trying to kill off the military now. I don't know.
Geez, well, who knows?
It's not a pretty picture. Diane, do you believe what I've been saying about Obama pulling the plug on the country?
Oh, 110%, yes.
John King, can you speak to the New Madrid fault at all?
Well, I have been doing some research on it in the last few days, and I've come across a few videos where people say that the pole shift is going to take place sometime around the 15th of March. That's going to trigger the New Madrid fault, and that's basically right around that time when all hell going to break loose. But I don't think that's possible. I think it's a load of bull. You can't put a date on the pole shift. You can't put a date on an earthquake. You can't put a date on a volcano. These people are reaching for straws and they're fear-mongering, and we have to use a little bit of discernment and use that gray matter that is put between our ears for more than just hanging our hat on. We need to use it for discerning the information and being critical of it, especially when that information that is given to us is backed